So, you're thinking about a trip to Shenzhen. When you picture it, what do you see? For a lot of folks, it's just this giant city of factories, a massive manufacturing hub. But what if I told you that picture is like decades out of date? Today, we're going to tear up that old map and give you the real essential guide to one of the most futuristic, dynamic, and, get this, surprisingly green cities on the entire planet. This is your ultimate guide for a first trip to Shenzhen.
Right, let's just tackle the biggest myth right out of the gate. Is Shenzhen just a massive factory city? I mean, for a long time, that was its whole reputation, the workshop of the world. But that's where things get interesting, because this city moves at a speed that's just, well, it's hard to believe. And the reality on the ground today is going to blow you away.
Look, the old myth isn't entirely wrong. It's just a tiny piece of a much bigger story. It was a market town that absolutely exploded into a factory hub. But the new reality? It's something else entirely. We're talking about China's Silicon Valley. In just 40 years, it has morphed into a city of jaw-dropping skyscrapers, home to tech giants like Huawei and Tencent, and it's filled with more parks and green spaces than you would ever expect.
So here's our game plan to get you ready. First, we'll cover the absolute essentials you gotta sort out before you even leave home. Then we'll get our bearings with the city's main districts, dive into all the cool stuff to see and do, explore the amazing food scene, and then I'll share some pro tips so you can hit the ground running. And we'll wrap it all up with a quick recap.
All right, Act 1, gearing up. And seriously, listen up for this part. A few simple things you do before you land will be the difference between a super frustrating trip and an absolutely incredible one. This part is crucial.
Okay, here is the single most important thing you need to know about Shenzhen. It is an almost completely cashless society. I mean it. From the smallest street food stall to the fanciest mall, pretty much every single payment happens by scanning a QR code with your phone. International credit cards? Not really a thing here. And if you're fumbling around with cash, you'll kind of stick out like a sore thumb.
I can't stress this enough. You have to do this before you travel. First things first, download Alipay and WeChat. Good news is you can register using your regular non-Chinese phone number. Next, you'll go into the wallet section of each app and link your international credit or debit card. And finally, you'll need to verify your identity, which usually just means snapping a photo of your passport. Seriously, do not wait until you land to do this.
So, Alipay or WeChat? Here's the lowdown. For tourists, Alipay is usually a bit smoother to set up and has better English support. But you'll find that some smaller local shops and restaurants might only take WeChat Pay. So, what's the pro tip? Set up both. Trust me on this one. It gives you total coverage and complete peace of mind. Now, how are you going to get around? Let me introduce you to your new best friend, the Ditya. That's the metro. Honestly, this system here is a dream. It's super modern, sparkling clean, really affordable, and it covers pretty much every corner of the city you'll want to see. And the best part for us international visitors, all the signs, all the maps, and all the announcements are in both Mandarin and English. It's a breeze. Okay, let's get our bearings. Shenzhen is a huge, sprawling city, I get it. But don't worry, for your first trip, you really only need to know about a few key districts. Figuring these out will help you decide where to stay and how to plan your days without feeling totally overwhelmed.
This is a super helpful way to think about the city's different personalities. You've got Futian, which is the sleek, modern central business district. It's perfect for first-timers because it's so central and easy to get around. Then there's Luohu, the older commercial heart of the city. Great for bargain shopping and is right on the border with Hong Kong. And finally, Nanshan, the tech and culture hub. This is where you'll find the big tech headquarters and all the trendy creative zones. If it's your first time, Futian is your best bet, hands down.
Act 2, your Shenzhen adventure. All right, logistics are handled. Now for the really fun stuff. This isn't a city packed with ancient temples, okay? It competes on a whole different level, with sheer scale, crazy ambition, and this unique mix of the ultra-modern and the surprisingly traditional.
Let's just start with a number. 599 meters. To put that in perspective, that is almost 2,000 feet tall. That's the height of the Ping An Finance Center, the building that defines the Shenzhen skyline and one of the tallest in the world. The view from the observation deck, absolutely breathtaking. You can see the entire city and even all the way to Hong Kong on a clear day.
And this is what I mean about the city's crazy diversity. After you've seen the skyline, you can dive into Huaqiang Bay, which is literally the planet's largest electronics market. It's a whole universe of gadgets that will just bend your mind. Then, for a total change of pace, you can check out OCT Loft. It's this cool, artsy area in a converted factory complex, and it really shows you the city's creative soul. And, believe it or not, you can even walk through Nantao Ancient Town, a settlement that dates all the way back to the Ming Dynasty.
You know, something that catches almost everyone off guard is just how green Shenzhen is. You picture this concrete jungle, right? But that's not the whole story. The city is packed with these beautiful, incredibly well-kept public parks like Lianhuashan Park. It offers a fantastic, free view of the skyline. Or you can check out Shenzhen Bay Park, a massive waterfront space that's just perfect for a walk or a bike ride at sunset.
All right, let's talk about my favorite topic, food. You might have heard this myth that Shenzhen, being so new, is a food desert. Yeah, let's just throw that idea right out the window right now.
I love this quote from a local on Reddit because it hits the nail on the head. See, Shenzhen is a city of immigrants. People have moved here from all over China. And they didn't just bring their ambition, they brought their family recipes with them. And that makes Shenzhen one of the most incredible places to try food from every single corner of the country, all in one city.
So, what's got to be on your food checklist? You absolutely have to try classic Cantonese dim sum. For something really special and unique to the area, find a restaurant that serves coconut chicken hot pot. It's so light and fragrant and delicious. You've also got to explore the street food scene in places like Shuiwei Village to get that real local buzz. And of course, you can never go wrong with a classic Cantonese roast goose. Okay, last big section before we wrap up, mastering the city. These are the insider tips that will take your trip to the next level, helping you go from just visiting Shenzhen to really thriving there with a lot more confidence.
If you want to understand Shenzhen, you have to understand its people. The city is young in every sense of the word. It's new, of course, but it's also filled with young, ambitious people from all over China who came here to build a future. And this creates this palpable energy. It's this feeling of optimism and hustle and constant motion that you just feel on every street.
All right, rapid-fire pro tips. These seem small, but trust me, they're game changers. First, get a good translation app on your phone. English isn't widely spoken outside of big hotels. Grab a metro app like Metroman China that works offline. Do your best to avoid major public holidays like Golden Week and early October. The crowds are intense. Always, always carry your passport with you. And finally, keep just a little bit of cash, maybe 100 RMB, tucked away for that one-in-a-million emergency. Whew, okay. We have gone over a ton of stuff. So let's boil it all down to the absolute essentials. If you only remember a few things for planning your first trip, make it these points. Here it is, your final checklist. Number 1, set up your mobile payments before you get on the plane. I am serious about this one. Number 2, master the metro. It is your key to unlocking the city. 3, for your first visit, make it easy on yourself and stay central in the Futian district. And number 4, mix it up. The magic of Shenzhen is in its contrasts. See the skyscrapers, but also go to the parks, explore the markets, and eat all the incredible food.
And we'll end with this one thought, which is just mind-boggling. This entire mega city, with more skyscrapers over 200 meters than any other city on Earth, was built in just 40 years. It is a living, breathing experiment in what a city can become, all happening at hyperspeed. It just makes you wonder, what on earth is it going to look like in the next 10 years? And that question is exactly what makes Shenzhen one of the most exciting places you can visit right now.